Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. Good morning. My name is Yami Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Hope you guys are ready to get this morning started. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope you were safe. Excuse me. Hope you were safe. I'm just sharing the show right fast. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. I would greatly appreciate it. I cannot do this by myself. I need all the help I can get. Good morning. My hair does not, what it does not want to do is stay in a ponytail today. But that's okay. That is okay. We're going to make it happen. Good morning. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. We do have podcasts. Everywhere podcasts are found. So we are on Apple, your Android, your iPad. And so we're everywhere podcasts are found. If they don't do that, we do have books. And that's the third book that's on Amazon. God Says I Am Battle Scar Free. If you type in my name, you will see all three books listed there, a total of 5. 2 are on pre-order. So if you would like any one of those, one is on mental health and the other one is on leadership, just send me a message and I'll send you the link to purchase those. So, more housekeeping. Don't forget this Sunday, the 28th, we are doing the Read Fearless virtual online bookstore. Yay! So if you want to be a part of the Facebook group, please let me know. Send me a message and I will send you the link. Or you could go to bit.ly/read fearlessly and sign up over there so that you can get in. All I'm asking is that you pay for shipping for the books for the next couple of weeks. So if you see a book that you like, you will tell me which one it is that you like and it will be mailed to you after you pay your shipping. So I think that's a good deal. All right, guys, so let's get right into the quote of the day. The quote of the day: you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. I like that quote because sometimes I don't know why I feel like I have to explain it because they give me different thoughts. I think that is an important quote because if we don't understand that nothing will happen and or change if we don't first move and leave or do something different, we will never know anything different. If you never go, you will never see. If you never ask, you will never know. And so if you never have courage to leave the safety of what you created, then you will never understand if there was more for you to be, for you out there. Good morning, Miss Joe. Have an amazing week. I plan on having an amazing week. Those are the directions I gave my words this morning. So on this wonderful day, think about that. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. Period. I will tell you, I didn't cross the ocean, but I was in the middle of it when I went to Puerto Rico and right there where the Atlantic and the Caribbean Sea meet. And I was sitting there, and I looked back, and I could not see the shore, and I looked forward, and I could see a distant island, some of the islands, but for a moment, you're just out there in the center of it all, and it is just rocking your world. Like the waves were coming, and the waves were coming, and I was not powerless, but I had two options. I could try to fight the wave, which was stronger and bigger than me, or I could listen to what the wave was trying to tell me, or I could relax and allow the wave to take me where my destination was to be. And so I learned, when I tell you I learned so much out there on that water, it was amazing. And to learn it in a little bitty boat. But since that time, since June of 2019, I went on my birthday, since my birthday of last year. Once I got the concept, and I don't know if I was even able to articulate it, please go back. I think I'll post that show where I talk about the things that I learned on the water. I don't think I was able to articulate, and probably still don't, the level of change or understanding of things that happened while I was out there on the water. In the moment, it felt like I was just having a good time and I was just having fun, but it wasn't until I sat still, number one, and realized some of the growth, the things that I learned. And I can tell you that my life has been drastically different since June 2019. It has been different since January 2020, since April. And so I learned so many valuable lessons out there on that water. It is amazing. So that quote, it actually means something. I'm just not getting it. You can never cross the ocean until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. And good morning, Tiffany. It was out there in the middle of the ocean that when those waves was kicking my behind, and one, I can't swim, and the little swimming I do, it was not meant for ocean swimming. But to understand the gravity of losing, like in the middle of the ocean, I could not see the shore. And all I could see in the distance was the islands that we were going to. And my boat was this big. And to be able to understand, I'm going to have to write that out, because that was good. That was deep. I had to share that in writing with you guys. But I learned so much out there on the water that you absolutely have to lose sight of the shore. You have to do some of us are so comfortable with our thing that we can't comprehend anything else. We can't. And which brings us to the thought of the day. So that's the quote of the day. The thought of the day is it, are you climbing a mountain or a molehill? And they now that I think about it, they kind of go hand in hand, because some of us, we don't want to lose sight of the shore because we assume there is a mountain in front of us. But it is all in your perception, in your view of things, that make it so. Are you climbing a mountain or are you climbing a molehill? Have you consistently made things something that they are not, so that you don't have to do so you don't have to challenge yourself? Does that make sense? I need it to be a mountain so I don't have to face this thing. I need it to be all the things so that I need it to be the huge ocean so I didn't cross it. I needed that. And I needed that because I wanted to stay safe on the shore. Because see, when you stay safe on the shore, you are comfortable with everything you know. You're comfortable with the mate you know. You're comfortable with your friends. And listen, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm just giving a different perspective or idea. You're comfortable with everything and your surroundings, right? And that's what we all live for the comfort of things. But last week we talked about getting to the answer of why. If we've gotten comfortable with the things and yet it is still not satisfying, is it because we are choosing to not have the courage to leave our comfort zone? Have we now made a mountain out of our molehill? Have we now changed the perspective to make it something this when it's something this? Like we have to make it really big because we don't want to deal with the smallness of us. So are you insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill? And how do you know which one it is? Like, Jojo, how do I know if this is a mountain I'm supposed to climb, or am I making too much out of it? And my question is it an opportunity? Great morning, Miss Valerie. What does an opportunity look like? And you have to ask, I've asked myself that over the weekend, last week. What does an opportunity look like? And is an opportunity a mountain or a molehill because of my perception of what I think the opportunity should look like? That made me want to cry. I don't know why. What does that opportunity look like? Is that opportunity a mountain or a molehill because it's based on my perception? And because I don't know if it's a mountain or a molehill, I'm not even going to look at it as an opportunity. I'm going to look at it as something unobtainable or obstacle to me because I'm making it a mountain when truly it's a molehill. And some of us, we're missing out on so many opportunities, so many different levels of awareness, of thinking, of comprehension, because the comfort of the shore is calling us. The comfort of the shore reminds you, hey, Jojo, you know, you like the dry cleaner down the street. I do. Hey, Jojo, you like that you live beside the police department because as a survivor of domestic violence, it makes you feel safe. I do. I'm getting my whole life right here, y'all. This is why I didn't want to move out this house. We getting ready to walk through this. Jojo, you didn't want to move because this is the house on the hill. And when you was living in the hood and there was roaches and ambulances and people fighting all night long when you first moved here, this was the house that you first drove by and said, one day I'm going to live here. This is this house. But are you making your opportunity a mountain or a molehill? Is there more opportunity if you let go of this shore? Because you let go of one to move, right? And here you are holding on to this shore when there's more out there. When I tell you I learned so many lessons out there in the middle of that water. Y'all, are you insisting that it's hard? Are you insisting on climbing a mountain, or are you insisting on looking at it as a molehill? And it is all in my perception. So I can love this house. Come on, somebody. I can love all things of this house. I love that I'm by the police department. I love that my daughter's elementary school was right in front of us. I loved all the things about this neighborhood, and I still do. But the opportunity that is before me says I've got to leave the shore. But the comfort of the shore reminds me why you don't want to go and do. So do you know, if you move, then God, your commute, and then if you do. And so the opportunity looks hard because it's a mountain to me and not a molehill. And so is it hard? Is it hard because we don't understand? Is it hard because you don't know the future? Is it hard because you think it's going to require more of you? Well, boo, I can assure you that it's going to require more of you. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'm getting my whole life. It is going to require more of you because, Jojo, in the allowing of you, even though it's getting easier, it is also questioning and putting into the thought process that there is more out there and that there's a different level. And there's only so much you can stick on this level before you have to grow and expand into something else. And the more that the more that you insist on living small, the greater damage you are doing to yourself. I'm learning all of my whole lesson. I told you, some of these things, they are absolutely for me. Is it an opportunity because it looks hard? Is it hard because you don't understand? Is it hard because it is calling you to think? Yeah, you've been thinking differently, but You leaped from this to this, but now you're out here in the middle of the ocean. Now what? You could never cross the ocean until you have courage to leave sight of the shore. So I left one shore and I got comfortable with another one. Am I willing to do that again? And is that hard because we do not understand it? Because we don't have all the answers. How do we know which it is? How do we know it's a mountain? And how do we know it's a molehill? Well, let's go back and ask ourselves questions. Jojo, why don't you want to move? Because I'm comfortable in the neighborhood. But why? Because this neighborhood has grown with you and taken you about as far, boo, as you can go. But the more you say that you want is not in this neighborhood. You've got to go out there to find it. Yeah, I want to cry so bad. I'm getting my whole life. How do you know which one it is? Begin to ask yourself those questions. Why? What is the Friday's question? What is the more that you're looking for but you're afraid to ask? Because here's what you got to understand. You pushed yourself outside of your limits to get this, to get where you are. You pushed yourself outside of your limits to get the marriage you want, to get maybe the house, the relationship, the friendship, the job. You've pushed yourself outside of those limits to get that. What more pushing is going to be required of you? What more outside of the limits? So it's an opportunity. It looks hard, but why? Are you making a mountain out of it, or is it a molehill? Because I can make it a mountain. Oh, well, I've been here for so long, I've gotten comfortable here. Yeah. So the more that you're afraid to ask, why? Let's go back and ask those questions. Why that we talked about last week. And so as I'm growing and as I'm asking myself these questions, why, as the allowing of me is getting easier, it is also stretching me beyond my current comprehension. And my current comprehension is like, oh. And I've got to go. And this is what I've learned. For me, opportunity absolutely is a challenge. Yes, it may look hard, but more than often it is absolutely a molehill. It is something that I have insisted that's going to make life difficult for me, or I've insisted that I don't understand because I'm dealing with the comfort of the shore and I don't want to lose what I already know or have to rethink. But in life, there's going to be transition periods, right? So I define my life before my ex, after my ex, before my move, after my move. And so there have been segments of my life that have required astronomical thought processes and changes. And so by this point, I should be used to it. But the allowing of me has gotten easier because now I'm asking harder questions of me. And so here's an opportunity. But are you making that opportunity look hard, and why? Are you insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill? Either way, whether you make your life decision a mountain or a molehill, which is, whatever we make it out to be, right? It's still going to require something from you. So, Jojo, if you insist on living here, you are insisting on your limitations. If you stay here, you are insisting on your limitations. And that's nobody's decision but your own. But if you insist on looking at this as a molehill, you are absolutely insisting on your limitations. If you are looking at this as a mountain to climb, you are absolutely looking at yourself that you got to prepare for something different. And in preparing of the something different, every level, right, is going to require something different. And it's going to require that you stretch a little more. It's going to require that you reach a little higher. It's going to require that your breathing change. We talked about that last week. Give your breath and your words direction. So when they fall out your mouth, they have somewhere to go. And so if I'm climbing this mountain, My breath and my words have got to have direction to help get me to my destination. It is going to require that you breathe differently. It's going to require a different level from you. So when an opportunity looks hard, is it really hard? Is it really that mountain? Is it really that molehill? And how do you know which one it is? Are you comfortable in your shore because you're afraid to ask for the more? Are you afraid to ask for the more because you can't possibly comprehend that there is more past what you already have? Because you got a lot going on right now. You mean I can ask for more, but maybe I'm afraid? But are we making this a mountain or a molehill? Yeah, I've gotten my whole life this morning. So in answering the questions why, the allowing of me gets easier, right? And what does the more look like for me? I did not mean to cry this early in the morning, but when I tell you, I'm going to go back and watch this and take notes and get my whole life again. Is it hard because I don't understand it? Am I insisting that it's a mountain when it's really a molehill? And the molehill could be JoJo all by herself. So the opportunity is presenting itself to you, right? It is saying, JoJo, you can leave the shore. You can leave the comforts of this because you have mastered this level, right? We've mastered this level. But what does it look like over here? Come on, Tiffany. Yes, it's okay. Is it hard because you assume you don't know or understand? Are you making that the reason? Are you making that the reason why you can't see this opportunity? This can't possibly be an opportunity because I don't understand it. I don't know how to do this thing. I don't know how to do that. So, is it really a mountain or is it really a molehill? You cannot get to your destination standing where you are and insist. You can't. If you're insisting that you grow standing still, it's like pressing the gas and the brake in your car at the same time. Y'all ever drove a stick shift and you know you're on the hill, you got to level out the your gas and the clutch so it doesn't quit? That's where you are. Your legs gonna start hurting after a while. You sit on that hill and you leveling it out for too long, your legs start to hurt. And some of us, JoJo, we're figuring that part out. So as I'm asking for the more, is it an opportunity? Is it a mountain or is it a molehill? Do I think it's an opportunity or do I assume that it's hard because I don't understand it? So those are some questions. I'm really going to go back and listen to the show today. Because I've got my whole life. Are you insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill? The quote of the day, you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to leave sight of the shore. And I had the courage to leave sight of the shore because every increment of your life, it is requiring you to think differently on such another level that you staying where you are disrupts who you are. I like that. You staying where you are disrupts who you are. Is that not true? Me insisting on staying here is absolutely disrupting who I am meant to be. It is absolutely hindering my progress to the more. So, come on, JoJo. It doesn't matter the questions why that I keep asking. It doesn't matter that I keep saying, oh, I got it. I'm going to ask the bold questions if I'm insisting on staying here. It doesn't work. So when I found this house, I was excited because I was coming from the hood. And I told the girls, and we drove by. Let me tell you something, how powerful. If you don't give your words and your breath direction, they're going to fall in front of you and you will trip over your own words. And we drove past this house every day. I know for 3 months. And nobody answered the phone because it was a sale sign in the front, a rent sign in the front. Nobody answered the phone. And I saw them working on this house every day. And then I would have to I would have to go back to the hood, and I'd have to sit in that room, and I could hear through the wall the man playing his music. I knew that they were selling drugs downstairs, but I just knew that if I could just stay here and stay focused, that I was going to be in this house. And so every day we would drive past it, and I would tell the girls, we are going to live here. Mommy, how you know? I was like, they fixing it for us. They were literally fixing the house. I was like, we are going to live here. And the day that I decided to call, somebody answered the phone. She's like, oh, can you meet me? I was like, absolutely. I filled out an application, and she looked at me and she said, you have the house, you can move in. I said, what? She's like, you can move in. I was like, oh. And so in my growth process from there to here, the growth process has been amazing. However, the more is there. Staying where you are is going to disrupt who you are. If you never want to lose sight of the shore, you're never going to understand. It's always going to be a mountain. And you're never going to understand that it's just absolutely a molehill. And the molehill could be your thought process. It could absolutely be how you think that is stopping you from your greatness. Thank you, Miss Carrie. So everything requires something different. So when you are on the shore, you have dealt with the comfort of it. I have dealt with the comfort of this home, and it has served me amazingly well. But I also know that as I continue to give my words direction, as I continue to give my breath direction, so that it knows where it needs to go, instead of falling flat. That's how we cannot stay committed to something. That's how we can start the gym and quit. That's how we can start eating right and it doesn't last. That's how we can set out, oh, I want to learn all the things, and then you don't learn all the things because your words have no direction. And so when you give them somewhere to go and you give them something to do, when they come back and say, all right, you said you wanted this thing, here it is. You cannot make that a mountain. It is simply the molehill of your thought process. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Shane. Absolutely. And so climbing the mountain is absolutely going to require you to think differently, right? For you to stretch and reach for something that you may not have necessarily understood. And I don't want that to be the reason why you do not take the opportunity. No. Is it hard because you don't understand? Absolutely, Rashard. And I have confident expectations. And I tell my girls all the time, like when they're scared of something, I say, we've got to have confident expectations that this is going to happen. And in having the confident expectations, it is going to require this with your mind, which is your superpower, right? Because there's no one in here but you that can change those words so that what you think and what you say becomes here. If you're a God's girl, if you read any part of the Bible, it's all what you think and what you say is here. Because this is your superpower. And until you understand that you've got to give your words and your breath direction so that they do not fall flat in front of you. You've got to leave the comfort of your shore. Now, some people, I'm not mad that you absolutely are comfortable where you are. What I'm saying is, for me, staying where I am is disrupting who I am to be. And this place has provided the growth that is going to push me to the next place. And so you have to honor that. Absolutely. But opportunity sometimes is just the thought to think differently. So on this wonderful day, I did not mean to cry, but I got my whole life together. You can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. And if you guys have never, is Kiva still on? If you've never seen the show where I talk about what I learned on the water in Puerto Rico, I'm going to try to find that. Because in that small boat, and I'm sure that there's lessons I've learned that I don't even know. In that small boat, sitting in the middle of that ocean, I could not see the shore. All I could see was a distant destination with the assurance from the leader that that was where we were going. A to the man, Tiffany. And so what I learned out there in the middle of that water as those waves were coming, right? And you realize that you can't fight it, but you can absolutely relax in it and enjoy the moment of it. And when I did that, the life lessons that I learned when I got to my destination were amazing. But first you got to lose sight of the shore. I am a crybaby today. All right. Staying where you are is absolutely disturbing who you are. Is it hard because you don't know or you don't understand? Are you insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill? And how do you know which one it is? And so you don't know until you start asking yourself the questions why. Okay? On 6/18, that was our thought of the day. Why did you stop? Where did you stop? Why did you stop there? Why did you change your mind? Why do you think you don't have the time? And why did you not make the time? Why are you afraid to look at your fears and your failures? And why are you afraid to talk about them? And where are your words taking you? And when you begin to answer their why, the allowing of you gets easier. So as we grow and stretch on this thing together, because it is a journey, it is an amazing journey that you absolutely grow. The more you grow, the more stretching is going to be required of you. The more you're going to have to be okay with losing sight of the comfort of this place so that you can get to the more that you said you wanted. So when opportunity looks hard, is it hard because we don't understand? Are you insisting on climbing that mountain, or is it really a molehill? And that molehill is your thought process, my friend. That molehill is your thought process. It is that thing that says, this is too hard for me to understand. I can't do this because I've never done it. Nobody in my family has ever done it. My friends haven't done it. It's okay. Which brings back my wonderful quote, my friend's quote by Allison Bird. It's okay to be exceptional. You are qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community, and that's okay. But when you begin to lose sight of the shore and begin your climb of the mountain, which you have, again, if this is engineering school 101, you have all the tools in your hand to make that climb. You have all the tools to build whatever it is that you need. But it's going to take an attitude shift and a change, that you're qualified to be exceptional. You are qualified to be amazing. You are absolutely qualified to lose sight of the shore and know that there's another destination in place. Absolutely. You're just nervous in front of your current community. And as you begin to lose sight of the shore, this is what will happen. Your community will become greater than what you see right there. A new community will develop, and they will then understand what is required of you to take you here. I learned that on the water too, as my sister's keeper. I learned that I cannot be on the same level as you and help you. At some point, as the guide in the boat said, he said, you may not be able to see me, but I am ahead of you. He said, I'm going to send signals to the person in front of you. So everybody who, if there's somebody in front of you, look for that person to give you the signal, because I'm telling them I'm up ahead. He said, stop, speed up, slow down. He said, you follow those signals, even though you can't see me. I'm taking you. You got to trust that I'm taking you to your final destination. And if you stay in the lane that I've created in the middle of the ocean, if you stay in that white lane, your ride will be smooth. I can get you from the shore to the island, to your destination safely, Follow my signs, follow the clues that I leave for you, and stay in this lane. But if you get outside of this lane, it's absolutely going to be bumpy. The waves will hit you, and they will hit you hard. Get back as quick as you can inside of your lane and follow my signs. And that is how I understood my sister's keeper. That's when I understood that as my sister's keeper, I have got to go ahead to the destination and then leave the clues and the signs along the way so that my sister and my brother can come along on a journey. Absolutely. That is the whole point of the Fearless Morning Show. For me to share how to live past crazy so you don't have to. For me to give some, just for a second, an idea or a thought process. Something that makes you go, to think that you do not have to stay where you currently are. And so on this wonderful day, the morning show was absolutely for me today. I didn't know that when I pressed go live, but we got it all together. I didn't mean to be a crybaby on y'all today, but absolutely. Let's not insist on making a molehill out of a mountain out of a molehill. If it is simply your thought process, I need you to work through that. Begin to ask yourself why. Why do you hide your hopes and your dreams? And what is the more that you're looking for that you are afraid to ask for? Because the more that you're looking for, it cannot fit where you are now. You staying where you are is absolutely disrupting who you are. In the more, Jojo, that you say you want, the bookstore, don't forget Sunday is the bookstore. The bookstore, it can't fit here. There's no room. The more that you want to do, it absolutely cannot fit here. You have grown and stretched the limits of this physical and this mental and this emotional space. I have pushed the limits till it is oozing out of my ears. And so the more that I'm asking for, right? And if I want to give my words and my breath direction, I've got to follow them. Because once I give them direction, they set out to give me exactly what I say I wanted. And with that comes instructions. And your answer, your miracle, your abundance is in you doing what is instructed of you to do. So on this wonderful, we're going to start this Monday off right, y'all. On this wonderful Monday. Absolutely wonderful Monday. We're giving words and breath direction. We are not making mountains out of molehills. We are adjusting our thought processes, and we are doing all the things. Staying where we are is disrupting who we are meant to be. I want you to challenge yourself absolutely today. I've challenged myself this morning doing this morning show. Thank y'all for not talking about me as I did an ugly cry. That's okay. Sometimes it is a release like that is necessary so that it doesn't take up emotional space inside of you to continue on. I think that was taking up emotional space and it was blocking where I needed to be. And now that it's gone, sister, there's more room and space for the more. And I'm excited. I've always been excited. Sometimes you're excited and scared at the same time. And so this is where your thought process is going to come in. You're excited and you're scared. And so you rather deal more with the scared than the excited. And so you stay where you are. But that's not what we're doing today. We're absolutely not doing that today. When opportunity looks hard, is it hard because you don't understand and you don't know? Are you insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill? How do you know which one it is? And you staying where you are is disrupting who you are meant to be. And you can't tell me you meant to be just standing there. You know, right there when you go to sleep and right when you wake up, right in that spot when you are your truest self. That's when you had that conversation. You know, I always dreamed about not living here and going to do this. That will never go away. It will always be there when you wake up. It will always be there when you go to sleep. And you, my friend, have got to decide. Where are you going to stay there and let it disrupt who you are? And you are altering the course of your destiny in life, because we are all absolutely dependent on you to do what you need to do so that we can change this world together. You are that important and you are that amazing. And you're qualified to be exceptional. You're just nervous in front of your current community. And that's okay. It's okay to be nervous. It's not okay to stop. That's not a reason to stop. So when you're insisting on climbing a mountain or a molehill, just know when you begin the climb, that is absolutely going to require more of you. And the more is going to be here. It's going to be this, your thought process first. And when you understand that, when you free that up, I don't care if you got to cry it out, you got to roll around on the floor, be deep fried in some holy oil, whatever you got to do to release that thought process so that you can continue on your journey. That's what you want to do. How do you know which one it is? Begin to ask yourself why. If this is an opportunity, why am I stopping on it? If this is an opportunity, where am I stopping on it? What is required of me that I'm afraid to do? Why am I afraid to do it? Am I afraid to do it because mom and them going to look at me crazy? Am I afraid to do it because they're not going to understand? Am I afraid to do it because I'm going to have to explain myself 1,000 times, and because I don't want to explain myself, I'm not going to look at this as an opportunity? So now you've made it into a mountain when it's really a molehill. Either way, it's going to require something of you. It's just whichever one you choose to do. Why are you hiding your hopes and your dreams? Who hid them from you and why? Why are you keeping it silent? Why are you not telling it to yourself? That was Thursday. Give yourself the gift of listening. Why are you not listening to yourself? So on this wonderful Monday, I hope this has helped somebody. It has truly helped me this morning. I appreciate you guys joining the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. And if y'all didn't just see me work that out, honey, I got my whole life. We're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy Specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel. We have 5 books out now. They're all on Amazon. Well, 2 of them are by pre-order. 3 are on Amazon. If you type in my name, it will be there. I promise. The quote of the day: you can never cross the ocean until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. It is going to require that you move sometime, somewhere, somehow. Thank you, Miss Shay. Thank you. It's going to require something. If you think it's not, let me tell you something. You staying where you are, it's requiring something of you. You moving, it's requiring something of you. You may think you're getting away with not making a decision, but you absolutely just made one. And that is going to require something from you. You staying where you are is disrupting who you are meant to be. So I want you to go be amazing. Please make sure you share the show. Don't forget, we have the Sister Rise Retreat coming up October the 16th through the 18th in Savannah. Rise stands for Revitalizing Individuals' Sacred Energy. bit.ly/Sister Rise. You can sign up there. The ticket sales will be going up in August. I am opening up a bookstore, The Power of Now. If y'all never read that book, The Power of Now that I'm understanding is that when you act now, you take away every opportunity of you saying no to you. And the power of now, it ain't hard. Making a decision ain't hard, boo. What's hard is you dealing with the ramifications of the decision. Okay? That's your mountain or your molehill, whichever one you choose it to be. So I've always said I wanted a bookstore. And when I said it, a lady gifted me a house full of books. We have logged about 500 books over the weekend, and we are ready. So if you'd like to join us Sunday, June 28th, the day before my birthday, 2 p.m., we will be selling books. The name of the bookstore is Read Fearless. I love that. Read Fearless. Knowledge is heavy. And you can sign up to be a part of our, I need to type it in, the Facebook group. So you have to sign up so that I can add you to the group. And all that I'm asking is that you pay for shipping of the book. Okay? I just ask that you pay for shipping of the book for the next 2 or 3 weeks until we decide. But the power of now is taking all opportunity away from JoJo to say no to JoJo. So we're all about the action. And the more we're stretching, y'all, You might as well get it in. All right, I hope you have an amazing day. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. I cannot do this by myself at all. I need all of your help. And when you do, please tag me so I can tell you. I don't know if you shared the show unless you tag me in it, so I greatly appreciate it. Please be peaceful, period, because there's absolutely nothing after that. And then if you have enjoyed the show, please let me know so I know that I'm not talking to myself. More importantly, bring a friend with you tomorrow. If you know someone who needs to live past crazy and they knee deep in it and insisting to stay, send them on over here and let's learn some things together. So I hope this has helped you guys. I want you to be amazing. Go be exceptional today. Can we stretch today? Let's look at that mountain and that molehill and lose sight of the shore today. All right, guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.